Because we know how much you wanted to get the right information, we give it to you right here. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Accessible through your YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Caritas News on the go.
Good morning, live from the City of Pines. I am Jing Ray Henderson and this is Caritas News on the Go. Caritas Philippines is in the Diocese of Baguio to kick off the accompaniment program to the Social Action Network, where we aim to reach at least 60 dioceses from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao in 5 months. To share with us the goals and expected outcomes of the accompaniment program, we have with us this morning our Executive Secretary, Father Tony Labiao. Good morning, Father Tony. Welcome back. Welcome to Baguio.
Thank you, Jean. Good morning. At saka sa lahat ng kasama natin dito ngayon sa Baguio at lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa ating programa.
Father Tony, please share with us, why is there a need for us to do this accompaniment program for the Social Action Network? Papaanong nagsimula din ang idea nito, and what is our vision towards the end of the accompaniment program?
Actually, napag-usapan natin itong accompaniment program nung nag-strategic planning tayo last December. We try our best to see how our national office, our national secretariat can be of help sa ating social action network. So, at saka mayroon tayong pinapangarap na to professionalize our social action people. Tawag natin yun, professionalism with the heart, no? So, we thought of accompaniment program, no? May 3 areas yon. Una, kumustahan. We try our best to talk with the bishop and the social action director, ang kanyang mga staff or volunteers, no, kung ano ang sitwasyon ng diocese, anong sitwasyon ng social action center o ng ministry or program. And then we want also to identify kung ano ang pwedeng maitulong din ng national office, no, ang Caritas Philippines sa kanila. So yan. And then pangalawa, we want also to establish, no, that partnership with them para makakatulong tayo in terms of capacitation, na hopefully they will be self-reliant. Their programs will be sustainable through our capacity program, development program. And maganda naman na mayroon tayong Caritas Philippines Academy. So that's one way of professionalizing our personnel, no, in Social Action Network. And of course, the whole objective, Jing, is really to revitalize o pagbigay buhay muli sa ating network, at especially ang ating national office, no? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng local center lang natin revitalize. Dapat tayong lahat, no, involved in Caritas Philippines and in different Caritases in the country. Magkaroon tayo ng panibagong buhay, panibagong energy, and hopefully our communities are being served.
Father, 60 dioceses. Alam natin na we are still nasa COVID pandemic tayo and there are still restrictions. Paano natin ito in-navigate?
Usually, pinag-aralan din natin ang mga health protocols in every LGU kasi may kanya-kanya silang mga guidelines, so we respect those. And then, inuuna natin yung mga medyo safe na mga lugar. Pinapayagan na tayong pumasok sa lugar, sa probinsya nila, So, and then, of course, we make sure that all of us, no, especially doing this, we ay fully vaccinated, no? At saka pagdating sa diocese ay ino-observe din natin strictly yung mga health protocols. So, yun, Jing, ang una natin ginawa ay really to study the different places. And then kung ano inuuna natin, hopefully in a week we are able to visit 3 dioceses. And then at least in a day we have a good time, no, for sharing, conversation, dialogue with the bishop and the social action center personnel. And then we have also time for fellowship, really building rapport with the diocese, no. And sa akin, yan ang pinakamahalaga na nangyari dito. And hopefully, by the end of, by November, we can reach 60 dioceses, even up to Mindanao.
Father, nagsimula tayo talaga Interlac and then La Union. This is the 3rd diocese that we are in. Sa pakikipag-usap natin po with Bishop Victor Bendico and then with Father Noel Panayo of the Social Action Center ng Caritas Baguio, ano yung mga very important concerns na lumabas doon, and how do you think Caritas Philippines would be able to help them or to provide assistance?
Actually, una din, ako I'm happy na we are in Baguio kasi marami din akong natutuhan, no, na anong ginagawa ng local diocese, no. Mayroon na silang mga vision mission. Actually, may mga goals nila, may mga priority programs, no. Very clear na yung kanilang setup. Now, in the area of social action, no, 'di ba, na identify natin with them na kailangan nila talaga yung deepened, malalim na orientasyon sa pag-unawa ng social action o social ministry, no, sa simbahan. Specifically, in the area of alay kapwa, emergency response, preparedness, in the area of ecology, no, ang mga advocacies natin, waste management. And then in the area of resource mobilization, financial management, no. All these are dahan-dahan lumilitaw, kaya kailangan natin, ako para sa akin, nakikita na rin natin na maybe in this area the national office can help in terms of providing orientation, providing specific skills na kailangan nila. And then also mentoring, no? I think lumabas yung area na hindi lang sapat yung pagbigay ng seminar o training, mas epektibo yata na magme-mentor din tayo. So mentoring program is important kasi iba-ibang diocese, iba-ibang needs. So hindi mo pwedeng isahin lang. Sa seminar general, no? But mentoring can be addressing the specific need of particular social action center.
Nabanggit mo, Father, yung revitalizing the social action network, not only the individual dioceses, not only the Caritas Philippines, the national office, but the whole of the social action network. Kahapon, we were able to visit yung bamboo demo farm ng Caritas Baguio and then the organic farm ng Baguio. How do you think this can help us also parang develop programs in these aspects?
Jing, di ba yan din ang parang direksyon ng ating Caritas Philippines na we engage in organic agriculture and then advocacy natin for ecology. Bamboo ang tawag nila, Bamboo Sanctuary in Baguio ay magandang sa akin, magandang development kasi kung kaya man lang gawin yan ng isang diocese, why not everybody will do it, no? And then organic is also possible. Nakita natin nung how they manage how they care for their farm. So Jing, lahat ito ay papupunta doon sa ating advocacy na sustainable agriculture, and also to help us respond to the climate emergency, no? Kahit mga these are little things that the diocese can do or the church can do. Ito ay malaking contribution. So sa akin as in ang encouragement, no? That's why I was really interested yesterday to visit the places, kasi I want to see myself na ang farm at saka yung bamboo sanctuary, at saka ang aking feeling ay kung kaya nila yan, pwede natin gawin kahit saan, no, sa Pilipinas.
Father, our next stop from Baguio City is Urdaneta in Pangasinan. Ano naman yung in-expect natin? And maybe sa kina Father June, or who would be watching at the moment, ano yung mensahe mo para sa kanila? What do they need to expect from us, from the accompaniment visit?
Actually, good morning, Father June, no? Kung nanonood ka, no? We are going to your place. Hopefully, we will be there lunchtime or after lunch. And I'm excited, no, to know more about Urdaneta. To be frank, Father June, wala pa akong masyadong alam tungkol sa Diocese of Urdaneta. Naalala ko lang many years ago, during the time of Typhoon Undoy in 2009 in Metro Manila, and then that was, I think, month of September or October. We delivered 1 truckload of relief goods there. And then we proceeded to La Union. So I'm excited to know more about Urdaneta Diocese, the social action center there, and to meet the bishop, to meet our personnel who are really involved in doing the services, no, for our poor people in the Diocese of Urdaneta.
Father, last question po. Sabi nga natin kanina, we would be going around at least for this year to 60 dioceses. Ano po yung mensahe mo sa buong social action network?
Sa akin ganito, though nagsisimula pa lang itong accompaniment program through our visitation, na para sa akin ito ay parang simpleng kumustahan lang muna, kwentuhan, and then knowing each other, knowing the situation, how we can help each other. Sa akin, there is that excitement na sana ang mga madalaw nating mga dioceses it's a good start, no, of our creative partnership in social action. So we will try our best, no, to spend at least an overnight, 1 day or 2 nights and a day. Yan ang schedule namin na binibigay sa per diocese, especially in Metro Manila area, in Luzon area. Yan ang medyo maluwag na time, so hindi naman parang bisita lang na tapos alis ka agad, but hopefully, no, our visit, no, is a good sign na there is something new that we can start, no, for our partnership in the social action. You expect that our national office will always promote this kind of spirit, no, partnership, collaboration, and we want the national office to be of service to you, the local dioceses. That's why we are doing this accompaniment program through visits, and hopefully we will come up with a program that can help capacitate our people who are involved in this ministry.
Maraming salamat po again, Father Tony Labiao, for being with us in the program and for your insights shared to us this morning. Salamat po.
Salamat din po sa lahat. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Now that we are in the Diocese of Baguio, of course, we cannot leave without having in our program the head of the local church in the province of Benguet, Bishop Victor Bedico. Bishop Vic, thank you for the warm welcome to your home. We'd like to also welcome you to Caritas News on the Go.
Thank you so much. Good morning to you and to the staff, and likewise to all of you who are out there listening to this interview.
Yes, Bishop, firstly, kumusta po muna yung Baguio, ang Diocese ng Baguio, especially that we have still COVID-19 pandemic and then we have several concerns na pag-uusapan po natin maya-maya.
Okay, in terms of COVID-19, ay may mga kaso pa rin dito sa Baguio. Although medyo nag-relax na, and especially during last weekend, marami ng mga turistang tumaas dito sa Baguio. And yun lang yung concerns ng social distancing, especially in tourist areas. Napunta ako dun sa Stone Kingdom last Sunday, and maraming tao, Tagalog speaking. Then sabi ng isang kasama ko rito sa Burnham Park, ang dami ng mga batang tumatakbo doon ngayon. So, generally, I think the economy is picking up vis-a-vis the COVID-19 issue. But because of that experience na parang naging lax at saka maraming mga tao siyempre yung protocol ng IATF kung minsan nakakalimutan, so parang humigpit na naman sila ng konti during this week. Nagpalabas na naman sila ng mga panibagong mga guidelines. Yes.
Okay. Bishop, ngayon po ang Baguio City, ang Diocese of Baguio is undergoing parang, hindi naman transition, pero you have been doing several programs para po sa ating mga kababayan na nandito ngayon. Ano po? What are your key programs as of the moment?
Okay. So, I was assigned in Baguio, installed as the bishop, and of course ordained 4 years and 6 months ago.
Wow.
And during my first year, I came to realize that there should be a sort of a direction, concrete directions in our pastoral program in the Diocese of Baguio. I do recognize that in the past there had been vision mission on the part of the diocese, but I decided, and with the consultation of priests, we decided to revisit that vision mission, and eventually we did that. That was in 2018, and we re-articulated the vision mission of the Diocese of Baguio. And as a matter of fact, we have here already the re-articulated vision mission of the Diocese of Baguio, journeying as one towards the kingdom. We, the caring faithful of the Diocese of Baguio, journeying as a communion of communities, envision ourselves to be a church of the poor and committed disciples of Jesus Christ that respect and dialogue with diverse cultures and sustain the environment through creative faith formation, reaching out to families, and active and joyful participation in basic ecclesial communities with the inspiration of Our Lady of the Atonement towards the kingdom of God. So from that vision mission, we picked out 2 pastoral priorities for the next 5 years. And yung mga tao from that vision mission, dalawa nung napili. One is respect and dialogue with diverse cultures, and two, sustain the environment. But before we made that diocesan pastoral assembly, that was November of 2018, we already had a consultation, no? A year before. If I'm not mistaken, that was August of 2017 when we started the consultation stage na merong mga church workers kami na pumupunta sa mga barrios, house to house, at nagtatanong kung ano yung mga ine-expect nila sa simbahan, kung ano yung gusto nilang issue na palalabasin, no, sa simbahan in the near future. And nagtaka nga yung ibang relihiyon eh. Sabi nila, yung mga Katoliko nag-house to house na ngayon.
Which was never done?
Siyempre, yung mga pare na pupunta lang doon sa parokya o sa mga baryo, sa chapel lang eh. Hindi naman yung nag-house to house at magtatanong ka ng kung anong mga expectations mo, kung ano yung gusto mong mangyayari sa diocese, no? But anyway, after around 1 year and a half, we were able to gather the data. And after that, we had the Diocesan Pastoral Assembly, and this vision mission, ito ay fruit noong Diocesan Pastoral Assembly based on that consultation, no, coming from the people.
Okay.
No?
And with the pastoral assembly and yung pastoral priority ninyo, which is sabi mo nga po dalawa, dialogue and respect with diverse cultures and yung sustainability of the environment. Bishop, firstly, sa cultures, ano po, kumusta ngayon, how are you able to assess, or based from your assessment, kumusta ngayon ang Baguio City? Because we are actually like a melting pot of all the cultures in the region. Ano po? So, kumusta yung lumabas doon po sa assessment?
Mahirap yung Baguio dahil nga melting pot. And that is something that we have to look into, no? You know, aside from Baguio City as the melting pot of different cultures, kasi maraming tumataas dito, no, from Ilocos, La Union, Bataan, as far as from Manila, no. Kasi dito sa north, nandito yung sa Baguio, no. Dito yung center ng education, no, sa north, especially with the presence of some universities here in the city of Baguio. So that is why para naging melting pot, hindi mo na malalaman tuloy kung saan nanggaling ng mga kultura yung mga tao rito. Kasi yung salita nila ay Tagalog at saka English. No? Kahit yung mga bata ng mga estudyante, but we know that many of them, they are coming from the Benguet side, no, ng mga parishes namin, even from as far as Bontoc, Lagawe, and as far as Tabuk, no? Yung mga kwa na yun, mga apostolic vicariates, no? So they come here, they converge, they study here, and they grow up, no, with a different environment and a different culture, no? Kasi dito sa Diocese of Baguio, merong mga Kangkanai, Ibaloy, Kalanguya, Karaw, no? So ito, at tapos Ilocano, of course. So, yung Commission on Culture, because I created a Commission on Culture headed by a priest and his members, they have been doing parochial consultations, vicarial consultations, no? So, they have been going around already, at least, no, at this stage, consulting, dialoguing with people, kung ano yung mga na-encounter nila na mga problems, no? Especially sa kultura nila and the Christian faith. At may mga lumalabas, no? Lumalabas. So we have been gathering data already. So ito pa lang yung stage namin.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be, ito yung pastoral priorities, this should be for the next 5 years. 2018, 19, 20, 21. 3 years na, pero it seems that para mga 20, 25, 30% pa lang, no? hindi pa nga kami masyado nakakaabot ng I think 50% no ng aming target kung ano talaga yung dialogue no at saka respect for the different cultures.
Pero at least, Bishop, 30% is something already, meaning to say you're still up in the running, ika nga, di ba? You're not stagnant from where you started.
Yeah, we are doing something about it, no?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Opo. So, Bishop, another one is the sustainability of the environment. Over the last years, ang daming mga issues na kinasangkutan din ng Baguio and then the whole of Benguet para doon po sa ating mga concerns on ecology. Ano po, there was a time na talagang grabe yung ating campaigns against illegal cutting of trees. Hindi lang yung ordinaryong trees, kundi yung pine tree which makes Baguio very special, di ba? We have also the issues on mining and then kumusta ito ngayon with respect to your 5-year priority, pastoral priorities?
Oo. So napili siguro yan ng mga tao dahil ito yung mga bagay na nag-a-affect talaga sa kanilang buhay. Cutting of pine trees, no, yung mga mining and other issues no related to the environment. Now in this regard, no, we have issued, or I, as the Bishop of Diocese of Baguio, issued a pastoral statement, no? Particularly when we celebrated last year the year of creation. You know, that was something fruitful for us here in the Diocese of Baguio in the sense that nag-celebrate kami ng mga masses, no? Sa una-una sa opening namin dyan sa St. Francis Xavier, no? Mas magandang mapuntahan ninyo dyan yung bamboo
parang plantation po
plantation, no? Okay, so dyan kami nakumpisa and then I celebrated Mass also doon sa Sayangan and then doon sa Philex mining area and then sa Itogon, no? Doon kami nag-closing and I was really during those times na nagsa-celebrate ako ng misa. Sa aking homily ay pinapaliwanag ko sa mga tao itong aming pastoral statement na pinalabas noong September 6, no? That was the Creation Sunday of 2020. No? And here na-present namin sa aming pastoral statement yung mga present environmental issues and challenges, yung mga developmental aggression with collateral damage to the environment and ecosystem, aggressive commercial farming and the cash crop mentality. Kasi yung mga ibang mga farmers namin dito pinuputol na yung ibang mga kahoy doon para siyempre taniman nila ng kanilang mga farming yung mga sayote, kung ano-ano dyan, ano?
Opo.
In order to acquire at least something, no? Monetary.
For livelihood nila.
Livelihood, Then the unregulating small-scale mining and the irresponsible disposal of chemicals to our waterways and rivers, no? Natakal din ito sa pastoral statement namin. Then the calamitous erosions that had been happening because of what they have been doing, no, sa kanilang areas. Then the commercial mentality and waste management problem, no. So ito yung mga issues na we touched sa aming pastoral statement, and because of this, no, we have to respond to them.
Yes.
Now, anong responses ng simbahan? Sinabi namin dito, the widespread education and immediate action, no?
By immediate action, Bishop, you mean like, for example, setting up your diocesan ecology desk, which is in charge of all ecology advocacies natin.
Yung gagawa talaga ng program, diocesan program, headed by a priest, kasi gumawa din ako ng commission on the environment. Dalawa ito So with culture and the environment na lumabas sa pastoral priorities namin, and nag-create ako ng commission on culture headed by Father Philemon William, and the commission on the environment headed by Father Mario Tambik. Now, yung bawat isang ito, meron silang mga staff yan.
Yeah.
And then they have been creating, no, their own programs, of course, based on the consultation of the people.
Yeah. Right.
Oo. And then another response, yung social consciousness and the interconnection of creation na ini-explain ko ito. God, man, the environment, no? Hindi mo mahiwalay ito eh. Oo. So, in a way, kung darating ulit itong season of creation this coming September, ibabalik ko ulit ito. Oh, just to let the people be reminded and just to let them understand, no, that we are serious on this, no, especially taking to account itong pastoral priorities namin, ano, sa culture and the environment.
Yeah. Bishop, you are also the head of CBCP Episcopal Commission on Liturgy.
Yes.
And yung sinasabi po natin ngayon, sinasabi mo po ngayon is that yung interconnectedness between God, the people, and then the environment is so much parang kasama talaga siya doon sa season of creation celebrations natin. And by people, we also mean that our IP communities. Anong relationship or ano yung mahalagang connection po, Bishop, nung ating faith with all the actions that we do towards our environment, towards caring for our common home?
Sa Laudato Si yan.
Yes.
Yes. We're stewards of God's creation. So of course, no, sabi ni Pope Francis, yung creation is moaning, crying out for help, no? At di bang parang one of the most abused poor of the world, no? Because when you say poor, hindi lang yung mga tao no, na masasabi natin, pero pati rin yung creation no? So parang yung bang tutulungan natin ito, no? Kasi kawawa ito. So that is why, no, we are so concerned about this, no? That kasi dito different kasi yung situation compared to other dioceses na mostly, siyempre, commercial, big cities. Dito, we have vast lands, tracts of lands, no? And many of them are still not touched, no? Yung pinakamalayo ko rito 3 hours to 3 hours and a half na parokya, no, from Baguio City. So makikita mo yan along Halsima Highway na marami talagang yung mga greeneries. And that's the ito yung treasures, no, of the area. Now, sa pag-celebrate itong season of creation, merong special liturgy dyan na ginawa sila ang prayers from the collect, prayer with the gifts, at post-communion prayer, at saka yung sa prayers of the faithful. Merong mga special prayers dyan. Kung minsan nga, dahil dyan, at saka readings, of course, no? Dyan din ako kumukuha ng aking panghumili, no? Oo. So, we touch on that, no?
Bishop, from Laudato Si, Fratelli Tutti is also mentioning about our relationship na, especially the politics of this all, because hindi tayo po pwedeng mangalaga ng kalikasan or be in communion or in dialogue with our cultures if hindi natin i-involve din, especially our government leaders. So how are we also connecting, communicating, and relating with them in terms of all this?
Yes. Yung si Father Mario Tambik sa environment namin, he is always in touch, no, with NGOs as well as government people. As a matter of fact, ako rin sa kay Mayor Magalong, especially on the issue of the cutting of trees here in the Diocese of Baguio. That was, I think, last year, no? When we issued particularly a pastoral statement against that. Kasi nabigla na lang kami na merong 96 trees na kinat dyan in favor of condominiums.
Okay.
So, nag-ano yung simbahan, we joined voices with other environmentalists and NGOs, and with the support of Mayor Magalong, because he's against the cutting of trees, no? He's pro-environment. So, sabi niya, we have to have a moratorium on that. So, magpo-moratorium siya ng 10 years, I heard, no? Na wala muna yan. And so, we are in touch with him, no? The church, no? And that is something that we also have to be thankful, because our government officials are also concerned about it. Yung Baguio City ay parang almost overdeveloped na eh. Dito lang sa city, ano? Kung overdevelopment, yung mga bahay, yung basta tatayo na lang dyan, subdivisions, etc. Sinasabi nga nila, parang elevator na hindi na pwedeng tumaas. Parang mabigat na. Kasi pupunta ka dyan sa mga pupuntang Trinidad na area, Tublay area, Itogon, no? Sa along the way, makikita mo na yung bundok ay puno na ng bahay. Yeah. So yung parang mabigat na para sa bundok, no?
Na-i-hold.
Na ma-hold niya, oo. Na hindi na makikita yung importance of the environment, no? Kahit nga dito, no? The city has been bent on road widening.
Yeah.
Now dito at the very outside the area of the bishop's residence, nag-road widening sila dyan. And then, dyan makukuha yata yung tatlong kahoy, no? Kahoy na old ones na talagang kasali sa road widening, but we petitioned the city. I had 2 meetings with the DENR dito sa area dining ito, appealing to them if it is possible na ma-preserve nila yan. So, okay, mga engineers, together with our engineer also in the diocese, and together with the staff, no? So, we were able to at least have a solution. Sabi, okay, we will not cut those trees, no? So, we will make means and ways in order to preserve them, but still, there is road widening.
Yeah, correct.
So, that is our way of collaborating with them, no? Sa gobyerno, meaning sa mga bagay na ito. And then dyan sa may CICM area, sa Home Sweet Home, I came to know na meron din yata mga tatapyasin dyan eh. But the CICM fathers, they also had dialogue with the government officials. Regarding, kasi napakaraming mga pine trees na tatapyasin dyan, na puputulin dyan, dahil tatapyasin yung road. Yan.
At least you have had also like mga collaborative initiatives, and efforts para po siguraduhin na we would always be preserving the environment. And of course, kasama na dito yung culture. Bishop, what is your message now, especially that, for example, the Pope Francis is asking during the Synod of Bishops in 2023, ano po, na for you to really dialogue with the community, with the people, para ma-elevate natin yung mga concerns nila doon sa mga magiging programa po ng simbahan. What's your message now to the diocese, to the whole of Diocese of Baguio in this regard?
That we will continue with our advocacies, especially the respect and dialogue among cultures and the sustenance of the environment. Kasi even though ito yung pastoral priorities for the next 5 years, and after the 5-year plan, no, papasok na yung dalawang pastoral priorities na napili ng mga participants, By the way, we were around 500 participants, no? During the first Diocesan Pastoral Assembly. Pare, lay, religious, and other people there, no? So, even though, let's say, after 5 years, no, yung pastoral priorities, ABEC at saka Church of the Poor, we will still continue with the program of the environment and the culture, no, that we have started. As a matter of fact, no, to give flash to that, actually, that was 2018, itong vision mission. The following year, 2019, we again had a Diocesan Pastoral Assembly.
Oh.
Pangalawa na ito. And dito, sa aming 2019 Diocesan Pastoral Assembly, we touch on the 5-year pastoral priority, no, na sinabi namin, na napili namin, no, culture and the environment. And then we focus on the 3 programs kasi may tawag kami dito Li-Forsa na structure dito sa diocese. Li means liturgy, For means formation, and Sa means social action.
Oh.
Ito yung core structure namin sa diocese na nagbibigay ng mga programs, guidelines sa mga different activities namin ng commissions and other church organizations, no? Now dito sa liturgy program, formation program, saka social action program, each, no, we stated our goal and objectives. Halimbawa dito sa liturgy, yung goal is that by 2024 our BECs should be liturgically formed and become active participants and responsive faithful with respect to culture and the environment. Then may objectives, 3, no, nandito, but I will no longer enumerate them. Now, dito halimbawa sa formation program, yung goal is that by 2024, our basic ecclesial communities shall be vibrant, participative, and faithful, and become culturally and environmentally transformed through integral and enculturated faith formation. So, meron din objectives dyan, no? After the goal. Then, sa social action, ganun din, no? May goal that by 2024, our basic ecclesial communities should be integrally and humanly developed and become responsive to culture and intentionally creative in environmental sustainability through dialogue and participative community engagement, no? Okay, so yan ang goal. Now, I will just read to you the objectives dito sa social action because this concerns the social action.
Yes, please.
The objective namin is to enable Gimong members, and Gimong is the basic ecclesial community.
Okay.
So to enable the Gimong members to grow and mature with a Catholic social conscience. And number 2 objective is to enable all Gimongs to respond to social issues as a local church. So, yun ang at least, meron kaming goal and objectives sa 3 areas na ito based on the vision mission that we had during the previous year.
And this presents now the assurance of the church in the Diocese of Baguio to its people that you won't really be letting up anything to happen without you doing anything about it.
Yes,
before.
yes. Because the people, they really expect much from the church. And the voice of the church in the Diocese of Baguio is being listened to by the people and also by the government officials.
And that's good to hear and to know, Bishop.
Yes.
Yes. Maraming salamat po for being with us this morning and for gracing our program, Caritas News on the Go.
Yes, thank you so much to all of you, no, for this initiative. I am so happy and glad, no, that through this, no, you had interviewed me, no, as the bishop. This is also a venue for me to explain and say something about our programs and what had been going on in our diocese itong nakaraan na mga taon. I would like to thank Bishop Corin Bagaporo, our commission head, of the social action in the CBCP, and his staff, headed by Father Antonio Libiao, no, the Executive Secretary of Caritas Philippines, no, for this wonderful dialogue and exchange of ideas, no, especially during this interview. So they will be with us here in the Diocese of Baguio for a couple of days in order to meet, no, and listen to one another, sharing each other's experiences for a greater program, no, of the church, especially in the area of social action in the Diocese of Baguio. Thank you so much. Mabuhay.
Maraming salamat po, Bishop Victor Bedico ng Diocese of Baguio. Magbabalik po ang Caritas News on the go, makalipas lamang ang ilang paalala.
Because we know how much you wanted to get the right information, we give it to you right here. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Accessible through your YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Caritas News on the go.
Welcome back to the last stretch of our program. This is still Caritas News on the go. And since it is still Nutrition Month, let's take a look at our food intake. In particular, alamin po natin kung ano ang trans fatty acids na mostly ay nasa mga processed foods na kinakain natin. Ms. Milagros Elisa Federizo, National Nutrition Council Regional Nutrition Program Coordinator, is here with us today. Ms. Milagros, good morning and welcome po sa ating programa.
Magandang umaga, Ms. G. Sa lahat ng inyong taga-subaybay, mainit na pagbati mula po sa National Nutrition Council NCR. Happy Nutrition Month po sa inyong lahat.
Yes, Happy Nutrition Month. Ma'am, simulan na natin po ito. No? Kasi madaming, actually kagabi when I read yung topic natin this morning, napaisip din kami, ano ba yung mga trans fats? Ano po? Ano yung trans fatty acids? Ito ba ay yung nakakapagpataba sa atin, nakakapagpa-cholesterol, nakakapagbigay ng sakit sa puso? Ano po itong trans fat?
Ang trans fat or trans fatty acids ay isang uri ng unsaturated fatty acids. So ito ay pwedeng natural trans fat or artificial or industrially produced trans fat. Pag sinabi nating natural na trans fat, ito ay nakukuha natin sa mga animal foods, dairy products, samantalang yung artificial or industrially produced na trans fat, ito yung trans fat na nadidevelop kapag ang vegetable oil ay nag-undergo ng hydrogenation process o dinadagdagan ng hydrogen para ito maging solid or semi-solid. So, pag nangyari yun, ang tawag doon ay partially hydrogenated oil rather. So, yun yung trans fat na, tama yung tanong mo, ito ba ay mabuti, maganda sa katawan natin? So, ang trans fat ay maituturing natin na bad fat, no? Lalo na yung mga industrially produced na trans fat. At ito ay makikita sa mga processed foods, no? Mga fried foods, packed foods, yan.
Okay. Ma'am Mila, kung itong ating trans fat ay something that is not entirely good for our health, gaano po kadaming trans fat intake ang po pwedeng okay lamang para sa mga tao? Para sa atin, lalong-lalo na.
Okay, so according to the WHO, no, the World Health Organization, ang recommendation ay dapat hindi lalagpas sa 1% ng ating total energy intake for the day ang consumption natin ng trans fat. So, kailangan less than 1%.
Paano natin mabibilang po yung less than 1%? For example, yung mga processed food natin, di ba? Corned beef, meatloaf, spam. Gaano kadami yung dapat na intake natin ito?
So, kung ganyan ang mga processed food, so pag bumili tayo ng ganitong pagkain, no, processed food, titingnan natin yung nutrition label. Yung label na nasa pakete niya or packaging niya, titingnan natin doon yung ingredients, kung gaano kadami ang trans fat na taglay nito, o kaya ito bang processed food na ito ay nagtataglay ng ingredient na partially hydrogenated oil. So, yun yung ating basihan pag processed food.
Okay. So, dapat less than 1% talaga everyday yung ating intake. Kapag sumobra, ano po yung epekto nito sa ating katawan?
Okay, so yung trans fatty acids kasi, sabi nga natin, bad fat siya, no? Wala siyang naidudulot na health benefits sa ating katawan. Instead, ito ay nagpapataas ng ating risk na magkaroon ng sakit sa puso, ng stroke, diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases. Kasi yung trans fat, pinapababa nito yung good cholesterol, pinapataas naman niya ang bad cholesterol. So pag nangyari yun, pwedeng maipon yung cholesterol sa ating ugat, magkaroon ng pagbabara ang ugat. So ito ay maaaring magdulot ng heart attack, ng stroke, no? So, hindi talaga healthy ang trans fat.
So, hindi talaga healthy ang trans fat. Wala tayong po pwedeng makuha ang nutrition dito. Okay, ma'am, speaking of hindi healthy, and may COVID pa din po tayo ngayon, matuturing pa ba natin na madlaki yung epekto nito or risk factor, nung mga medyo over ang intake ng trans fat in terms of or in relation to COVID pandemic, to COVID virus?
So, yung mga individuals na madalas kumain ng mga processed foods, piniritong pagkain, sila yung nanganganib na mas tumaas yung probability na magkaroon sila ng sakit sa puso. Yun namang mga individuals na meron ng non-communicable diseases gaya ng sakit sa puso, hypertension, diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases, sila naman mas mataas yung panganib na madali silang makakuha ng infection, at pag sila ay nagkaroon ng COVID-19 infection ay mas malaki yung tsansa na mas madami yung komplikasyon, mas grabe yung idudulot ng COVID-19 virus sa kanila. Kaya kung ang dapat nating tutukan talaga, we need to eat healthy, remove trans fat in our diet para mababawasan yung risk natin sa pagkakaroon ng mga non-communicable diseases. Lalo na ngayon na meron tayong pandemic. Alam mo, Ms. Jing, according to the study done by the WHO, sa Pilipinas daw, aabot sa 3,000 na mga Filipinos ang namamatay taon-taon dahil sa consumption ng mga pagkaing high in trans fat. Kasi nga, tumataas yung heart disease, at alam natin na ang sakit sa puso, isa sa leading cause of death dito sa ating bansa. Kaya may kaugnayan talaga yung kinakain natin sa ating mga sakit.
Okay. Oo, tama talaga, Ms. Mila, kasi talagang madami ngayon yung mga namamatay, nagkakasakit dahil sa complications because of these things. Pero kung masama ito sa ating katawan, bakit naman po palaging meron pa ring trans fatty acids yung ating mga kinakain? Meron ba tayong ginagawa para ma-regulate ito?
Kasi yung partially hydrogenated oil o trans fatty acids, ito ay nagpapa-prolong ng shelf life ng pagkain. Ibig sabihin, yung pagkain hindi agad masisira, no? At saka nagdadagdag din daw to ng magandang texture sa pagkain, nagdadagdag ng flavor. So, instead of using saturated fats, yung ating mga food manufacturers sabi, ang trans fat unsaturated, healthy yan. Pero mali kasi hindi siya healthy, no, yung trans fat. So, kaya ang ating namang Department of Health ay naglabas ng Administrative Order number 2020-0039 o ang National Policy on the Elimination of Industrially Produced Trans Fatty Acids for the Prevention and Control of Non-Communicable Diseases. So, ang aim or layunin ng administrative order na ito ay makapag-provide ng policy framework na kung saan talagang maaalis na natin yung mga industrially produced trans fatty acids by the year 2023 para maging healthy yung ating kinakain. Ma-eliminate na yung trans fat sa ating mga kinakain. Lalo na yung sa fast food establishments, di ba? Ano ba ang paborito nating i-order? Mga fried foods, mga french fries, burger, fried chicken, no? So kapag yung mga pagkain na yan niluluto sa mantika na paulit-ulit ginagamit in high heat, nagtataglay yun ng trans fat. So hindi siya talaga healthy. And of course, yung ating mga chips, no? Yung mga processed foods like bakery products, cookies, ating mga favorite na dessert, no? Even yung 3-in-1 coffee, nagtataglay yan ng trans fat. So, kailangan alam natin kung paano ba natin maiiwasan ang consumption ng trans fat.
Ay, kaya pala yung mga 3-in-1 masama talaga sa katawan dahil meron din sila palang trans fat. Hindi ako nagkakape, Ma'am Mila, kaya medyo hindi ko alam na meron pala ng ganun yun. Pero meron po bang alternative tayo na po pwedeng magamit na oil pa din, mantika pa din, pero healthier, ika nga?
Pwede naman tayong gumamit ng mga tinatawag nating polyunsaturated fatty acids or monounsaturated fatty acids. Ito yung mga vegetable oils katulad ng palm oil, canola oil, peanut oil, mga vegetable oil. So, mas healthy yon. And para maging healthy yung ating diet, ilimit natin yung consumption ng mga fried foods at saka eat more fruits and vegetables.
So, meron bang alternative, ma'am? Like, for example, di ba, yung palm oil, yung mga ginagamit natin na pamprito, vegetable oil, di ba po? Ano yung alternative dito?
Yun na yung alternative natin sa sa partially hydrogenated oil or trans fat. Yung paggamit ng mga vegetable oils katulad na, yun nga nabanggit mo kanina, no? Palm oil, canola oil, peanut oil, sunflower oil. Yan, healthy yan. Healthy alternative yan. Olive oil. Yun. At saka, yun nga, gawin natin healthy yung ating kinakain. More of natural foods, no? Instead na processed foods. Lalo na yung mga bata mahilig sa mga chips, no? Yung mga biscuits, bakery products, etc. So, kasi sa pag-aaral, nakita na ang ating mga kabataan, sila yung mataas ang consumption ng trans fat because of the foods that they eat. So, tayo, mga magulang, kailangan make sure nang i-offer nating foods sa kanila ay healthy foods at hindi nagtataglay ng trans fat.
Okay. Ano naman po yung pwede naming maitulong pa sa side ng simbahan, sa social communications, sa ating mga advocacies para masuportahan po ang ating advokasya sa pag-eliminate ng paggamit ng trans fat?
Ayan, so napakaganda po ng question nyo, Ma'am Jean. Malaki po ang maitutulong ng media, no? Unang-una, tulungan nyo po kami na maipalaganap sa publiko ano ba ang trans fat? Ano ba ang hindi magandang naitudulot nito sa ating katawan? Ano yung panganib sa ating kalusugan kapag tayo ay madalas na mag-consume ng mga food products or mga pagkain na may taglay na trans fat? So, kailangan po yung malaman ng ating general public at saka ng ating mga mambabatas para po maisabatas na yung isinusulong na bill. Meron po kasing sinusulong na bill, yung Trans Fat Free Philippines Bill, no? An act to protect Filipinos from the harmful effects of trans fatty acids. So, ang media po, ang simbahan, ang iba't ibang stakeholders, malaki po ang maitutulong by increasing the awareness of the general public on the harmful effects of trans fats and what we can do to eliminate them in our diet.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Mila. Last question po, meron kaming natanggap na phone-in question dito. Nagmamadali ata itong makapag-diet. So, meron po ba daw ang National Nutrition Council ng parang ready-made na diet or menu para sa mga, for example, obese na or matataas yung trans fats? Meron po ba kayong po pwedeng maibigay sa amin para maibigay din namin sa nagtatanong?
Ang diet po kasi individually planned yan. So, ibig sabihin kasi pag sinabi natin diet, meal plan na talagang personalized based dun sa needs ng isang individual according to the nutritional status of individual. What we can provide po, yung general recommendations or general guidelines, kung ano po yung mga pagkain na dapat iwasan kasi ito po ay mataas sa trans fatty acids. And meron po tayong tinatawag na pinggang Pinoy. Ito po yung
Pinggang Pinoy.
mabi-visualize natin kung ano ba dapat ang itsura ng ating pinggan kada tayo kakain. So kailangan po may variety yung ating kinakain, meron tayong gulay, meron tayong kanin kasi yun ang ating staple food, o yung ibang kauri nito katulad ng kanin or root crops, and then meron tayong ulam. So dapat makulay yung ating pinggan, mas marami ang gulay. So, yun po yung recommendation, general recommendation. Pagdating naman po sa mga recipes, meron naman pong mga recipes na pwedeng ma-download from the NNC website at ang aming mga partner agencies like the FNRI. So, meron po kayong mapagkukunan ng source of information na ano ba ang dapat gawin para maging healthy. Basta dapat nating tandaan, to be really healthy, kailangan hindi lang pagkain So, dapat we need to be physically healthy as well, physically active. Kailangan aktibo, nag-exercise, and then we eat balanced and nutritious diet. Plus, we have healthy lifestyle. So, control natin yung stress, no? We need to properly manage our stress. And then, iwas ang bisyo, iwas ang smoking, alak, yan. Meron tayong mga guidelines. So, meron tayong 10 commandments. Ito yung mga general recommendations para ma-ensure na tama yung ating pamumuhay sa pamamagitan ng tamang pagkain, exercise, and healthy lifestyle. Yun.
I see. Opo, kasi, so ibig sabihin, ma'am, balikan ko lang po yung menu, kasi baka kurtin ako ng humihingi ng menu. So po, pwede po itong ma-download doon sa National Nutrition Council website.
Meron
Tama po
pong
ba?
mga recipes doon. Opo, meron din mga recipes. Or pwede rin po nilang bisitahin ang Food and Nutrition Research Institute na website kasi sila po nagde-develop sila ng mga menus or recipes para sa iba't ibang age groups. So, meron pang buntis, meron pong pang preschool children, pang older persons, yun po. So, sila po yung nagsa-standardize ng recipes. Ang NNC rin po ay may nag-develop na recipe book, mga gulay, ano po yung mga iba't ibang lutuin at ng gulay.
Okay. Pwede din po ba kaming mag-consultation sa inyo?
Regarding po sa kung ano po yung tamang kainin, ganun po ba?
Yes po.
Pwede naman po, pwede po kayong tumawag sa aming opisina. Ang numbers po namin ay 85332713. Kasi po kailangan interviewin, ano ba yung physical activity mo, ikaw ba lagi lang nakaupo. So, kino-compute po kasi yan kung gaano ba yung caloric intake mo for that day based on your physical activity, your height and weight, and meron ka bang mga karamdaman na dapat i-consider. So, sabi ko nga po kanina, pag sinabing diet, personalized siya, individualized. But for the general healthy population, meron tayong mga guidelines na pwede po natin gawing panuntunan every time we eat, and how we make sure na we are well-nourished.
Maraming salamat, Miss Mila, and asahan po ninyo na may tatawag at hahanapin po kayo para magkonsulta kung paano mas maging healthy sa lalong-lalo na yung mga diet natin ngayong panahon ng pandemic na medyo kulang tayo sa physical activity. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Mila. Mga kaibigan, nakasama po natin si Ms. Milagros Elisa Federizo ng National Nutrition Council. Less than 3 months before the expiration of the voters' registration in the country, CPCP President and Davao Archbishop Romulo Valles is again urging the new registrants and deactivated voters to go to their respective COMELEC offices and to several satellite registration sites to register. He also emphasized the role of the Church, especially the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines in the coming national elections next year, which are first to give formation and encourage people to register and to vote. Second, to inspire political parties and candidates to participate in the election process at the minimum by following the rule of law. And third, to to inspire government leaders involved in the conduct of elections to dutifully do their tasks, thinking always of the welfare of the people. In closing, Archbishop Valles assured the public that the Church will be more creative in responding to the challenges of the election. Caritas Philippines and the CBCP are part of Election 2022 coalition, aiming to register at least 7 million new voters by September 30, 2021 as part of the Ready to Vote campaign. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned this evening for our Alay Kapwa sa Caritas Philippines program live in Urdaneta City, Pangasinan. From the Research and Advocacy Office of Caritas Philippines, I am Jean Ray Henderson, and live from the Baguio City, this is Caritas News on the Go.
Because we know how much you wanted to get the right information, we give it to you right here. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Accessible through your YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. NASA Caritas Philippines News Updates. Caritas News on the go.
I wear a mask because
I wear a mask because I wear a mask to protect my special child. I wear a mask because I want to protect myself, my co-workers, and my clients. Nagsusulot ako ng mask para suportahan ang sarong COVID-free na komunidad.
I wear a mask because my child still can.
magsuot kog mask aron dili ko matakdan o dili pug ko makatakod sa uban.
Nagsuot ako ng mask para iwas sa virus.
I wear a mask because I want to be part of the solution and I care.
I wear a mask because I want to protect myself, my family, and others. And loving is caring.
Nagsulod ako ng mask kay gusto ko na mahunong ang pandemic.
I wear a mask because palangga ko kamo.
I wear a mask because it's an act of justice. Nagsuot ko og mask tungod kay mask, mag-alay sa kapwa. Mask, mag-atiman sa katawhan.
Nagsuksok ako sang mask para malikawan ang paglabtas ng COVID virus.
I wear a mask because I want to live longer and serve more people.
I wear a mask because I care and it works.
I wear a mask because bilang proteksyon sa mga mahal ko sa buhay.
Nagausar ako sang mask hindi lang para sa kaugalingon ko kundi para sa iban.
I wear a mask because prevention is better than cure.
I wear a mask because it's a mask.
Isang paalala mula sa Caritas Philippines.